Hello everyone and welcome back to more Steven Plays Starfield. I decided since I'm sitting on 6 skill points, I was going to put one into commerce. I don't even really need to do that, but I'm trying to get to the 3rd row, and I have so many skill points. If I can bribe one more time, I can start working on this row, which is the thing that I'm really interested in. I got to kill more enemies with a shotgun. I have so many skill points. It's ridiculous. Let's, you know what? Screw it. Let's also put a rank into ballistic weapons. Sure. Sure. Okay. There, I feel better. I feel better about that. As a quick reminder, we are on Unearthed. The first grav drive was developed with the help of NASA on Earth. I need to find out how this is connected with the artifacts. We have to find information about the Martian sample. Now, when we last left off, we got into NASA, and my God, this is cool. This is very cool. Like, and you're here too. Like, this is just a very cool place. So we're going to walk around and see what's here. But, like, what a neat environment to arrive into and be able to look around and see. We can take a notepad from NASA. There's a pamphlet. I'll take a pamphlet. I want to ding the bell, but you can't. You can only take. I don't need to take a bell. I want to ding it. All right. I don't remember. Did we? This is the direction we came from. Is this anything? Part of me wonders if I can break this glass. Special bulletproof glass here in NASA for all of the attacks. Touchscreen to learn more. Developed for the Apollo mission to reach Earth's moon, the F1 engine was a single-nozzle liquid-fueled rocket engine that could generate over 6 million newtons of thrust each. 5 of these would be used in the Saturn V super heavy-lift launch vehicle. The power of the F1 was critical in providing the necessary lift to launch rockets from the surface of Earth toward the stars. This is very cool. I didn't know that Starfield came with a free copy of a digital museum. But it does. See, this glass is broken, but, like, there's nothing to actually take. Touchscreen to learn more. I will. In 2150, scientists first predicted the destruction of our beloved Earth. Atmospheric phenomena would cause breathable air to sputter outside of Earth's gravity, dooming all life that remained. An estimated 50 years until the end has given NASA and other space agencies around the world the opportunity to migrate humanity away from certain death and into the stars. Thanks in part to the development of the grav drive, humanity will live on. This is a pretty big place. This is a pretty big area. Oh, I can take some of this stuff. Space rock display. That's kind of cool. I don't know I want to sell that. I just want to have that. Let's see. There's a lot of little exhibits here, which, again, is really just an exciting thing. There's a trauma pack on the wall. This is very, very cool. Oh, radiation. Suddenly getting radiation from this. Closed for remodeling. What's a little radiation among friends? I've played Fallout. Okay, not really anything up here. Let's hop back down here. I want to keep looking at this. Eagle module. From the Apollo 11 mission, the lunar module Eagle was the first crewed spacecraft to touch down on Earth's moon. Eagle's counterpart was the command module Columbia, which the lunar module needed to both separate from and eventually reattach to. Columbia would take astronauts to and from the orbit of the moon, while Eagle would bring them to and from the surface. This is very, very cool. Very, very cool. Let's look at this thing. NASA partnered with Nova Galactic, the creators of the Voltaire supercomputer, on an ambitious aerospace project to pull gravity itself. The result is the first spacecraft capable of faster-than-light travel. The first successful voyage saw astronauts reaching Jupiter in moments, what would have previously taken years. That's the same thing. Huh. Like, the thing that's cool is that a lot of this stuff doesn't feel outside the realm of realism, right? Like, the interest in traveling faster than light. It's there. Living outside Earth. Let's take a look. While long-term missions in space began in the late 1990s with programs such as the International Space Station, humanity began living on other planets almost 100 years later. Small outposts of 5 or fewer scientific research teams eventually gave way to entire colony effort on Mars and other orbiting bodies of our solar system. This is still Project Prism, yep. Because all this was Project Prism. Have I seen this? Project Mercury. From 1958 to 1963, one of humanity's first human space flight programs, the Mercury spacecraft was designed to fit a single person who would be sent to test a person's ability to function in space. 6 flights in total were launched, the earliest being a 15-minute suborbital flight, and the last being over 34 hours and 22 complete orbits. This makes me want to go back to the Smithsonian in DC, because it's got a lot of cool stuff in it. From 1968 to 1972, Project Apollo was the first successful program first successful program to put humanity on Earth's moon. The first moon landing that occurred on July 20th, 1969 was actually Apollo's 11th flight, with all previous launches testing all the module's orbits and other critical data needed to ensure the astronauts could reach the moon and return safely. Whoever modeled these, I'm sure, had a lot of fun. Yeah, the last time I was at the Air and Space Museum. Oh, this is neat. This is pretty cool. I'll take this stuff. The last time I was there, they had an exhibit on 2001: A Space Odyssey, and you could actually go into the if you're familiar with that film, the very end of the film is very iconic, and they had a one-to-one replica of that room that happens in the end of the film. So Mount and I got to like walk around that room, which was very cool. Gemini, from 1965 to 1966. In many ways, Project Gemini was a learning mission. While NASA's ultimate goal was to put a human being on the moon, many questions had to be answered before that project, Apollo, could even begin. Gemini was tasked with answering how a person could survive in space over many days, how to connect spacecraft together, and how to improve spacesuit technology to operate outside of spacecraft. It's a whole history lesson here. What are you? $10,000 spacesuit. Some of this stuff probably will get sold, and that's also fine. We already did Leaving Earth Forever. There's some stuff down here. What's this? Fiber. It's important to have fiber. Let me take a look at this. I think I missed this. The Mercury spacesuit. That's the thing I have on. Adapted from a design originally intended for high-altitude aircraft, the Mercury spacesuit would undergo several modifications to deal with pressure, oxygen, and thermal considerations. Even though the cabin of the Mercury spacecraft itself protected against the rigors of space travel, redundancy has always been key. In the event that the cabin were to depressurize and expose astronauts to the vacuum of space, the Mercury spacesuits would be able to offer a critical extra layer of defense. This is all just very cool. It's very, very cool to me. I don't think I saw this. The Lunar Rover. 71 to 72, the Lunar Rover was used for the last Apollo missions and could carry 2 astronauts. The chevron tread patterns on the wheels were made from titanium to help maintain traction on the moon's surface. The rover was also fully electric and ran on batteries whose power was intended to last for the duration of the mission. But can I get in it? I mean, I can kind of get in it. This isn't the best way of getting in it, but yes. All right. Have I seen everything? Just about everything. The Mars Look for the Opportunity rover on Mars. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. The Mars Exploration Rover program launched in 2003 and allowed for the remote exploration and study of Mars. 2 twin rovers were made, nicknamed Spirit and Opportunity. While Spirit ceased communication functions in 2010, the Opportunity rover continued operation well into 2018, exceeding its initial planned time by over 14 years. And there is a mission to go find it. That's real neat. That's very cool. I really like. That's a fun addition because it's rooted in reality. I really like that. Yeah, time to abandon the main quest. Sorry, does this open for real? It does. There's a digipick in here. Okay, so this is just for show, but it did have a digipick in it. That's kind of neat. I was kind of hoping it'd go further in. All right. Okay, more destroyed stuff. It's kind of incredible. Another snow globe. It's kind of incredible how most of the museum stayed intact. Like, there's so much stuff is like dilapidated and has collapsed, but the museum portion actually stayed okay. Huh. There's some toilets back here too. It's interesting graffiti. So, this, Judith, personal recording.
I just don't understand where these calculations came from.
There's something wrong with the math? I think it's quite straightforward.
That's not what I'm asking. We've had no success extracting even a sample of material from the object. No explanation for the gravitational effects. No motion graph to explain its harmonic frequencies. I can't even establish a melting point.
Judith.
But you've had me building these prototype colliders for months. And now you want me to pump helium-3 into it based on this equation you've written on a goddamn napkin?
I just need you to trust me.
I have been trusting you. We keep slamming our heads against a brick wall, getting nothing. And you keep coming up with something new to try. Like, you know what's going to happen. Where are you getting your information, Victor?
I'm sorry, Judith. Look, not here, okay? Somewhere off base. I'll tell you everything. But I'm not lying, okay? We're going to discover something important here. I promise.
That's weird. So Victor knew something that Judith did not. And I guess we're going to learn a little bit more about that.
They were clearly testing space habitat viability in this area. It seems as if they knew the inevitable was on the horizon.
Still no enemies here. Which, you know, good. Here's a door. Helpful door. All right. The computers don't work.
Not much left of this geology laboratory. Ironically, the surrounding rock appears to have sealed the fate of this part of the facility.
It's a research lab. Bottle. Doesn't look like there's necessarily any other super interesting things here. Okay. Huh. In order to proceed, since this is caved in, I believe we have to climb up here. Seems correct. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. Door locked. Expert. Where does it go? Oh, there's some stuff in there. Sure. Sure. All right. Perfect. Wow, that's one of the fastest.
You know your way around a lock.
One of the fastest I've ever done. It is all garbage. Okay. Wow, it is all garbage. Wow, that was not worth it at all. Wow. Okay. I'm impressed at how not worth it that was. It's kind of sad. Power required. How I get power? Done. Like, this is a spacesuit. I didn't have to open a locked door for that. It's a very valuable spacesuit. You gotta be kidding me. All right. A little scary. A little bit. Just going through the rubble of NASA. Looks like we can get in to this room from a different direction. These doors are locked, but as has been evidenced in the past, it doesn't necessarily mean there's anything of value in there. Real quick, how close are we to good locks? 5 more locks. I should probably try and do the novice ones because they're so easy. Yeah. Yeah, I should probably do the novice ones because at least I can get through them quickly. Positron battery. Duct tape. This is an advanced lock. Employees only. This requires power. Oh, it's going to be one of those where we have to find the power cell. We're finding a lot of snow globes. Okay. All right, there's going to be a power cell somewhere, so let's find the power cell so we can proceed. Aw, that's cute. There's a little drawing in here of some fishies. Oh, there it is. Okay, well. Got that. There's actually 2. I'll take an extra one because if we come across this again, then we don't even have to find it. Like, we'll just have it. All right, let's throw this in here. That should make this work. And this probably closes the door. Yeah. Not that I necessarily need to lock myself in here, but you know what I mean. There has not been a lot of good stuff at NASA. There's been some nice spacesuits, and that's about it. Can't get under there. Hope I didn't just soft lock something. Because, like, that was a bit of a maneuver. Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to be in here. Well, okay. I can't go that way. I'm sure I can get back out. Yeah, I can get back out. But they did not want me to go that direction. They were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, buddy. There's nothing in this room. Oxygen tanks everywhere. I'm still on the hunt for more lore, because the lore is very, very interesting here. Especially dealing with NASA. Jesus! Okay, alright. Sure, yeah, alright, that makes sense. Oh, yeah, I haven't put some new weapons into these slots. I should do that. Hunting rifle. Actually, wait, hold on. I have robot gun. Which... I gotta remind myself which gun is robot gun, but I have robot gun. Which gun was robot gun? Sure, give me this and we'll try it out. Unfortunately, the mag shot is still terrible. It doesn't matter that it's a disassembler, it's just a bad gun. Alright, give me a good gun. Yeah, this is actually fine. This is a pretty high-level enemy. 36 is nothing to shake a stick at.
This ends badly for you.
Total system failure.
Because at least I have a lot of ammo for this, and it does damage. Where is this coming from? There we go.
Like the last of them.
There's still some on the radar. So where are they?
I'm sure they had something we can use.
One more. Where are you?
Let's do this.
What is this thing? Oh, God!
Look at that. It appears we found one of Vasco's long-lost relatives. I'm sure he'll be thrilled to find out.
What was the spinning thing? That was a turret. Oh. I was like, what's that spinning thing? It was a turret. Everything was a turret. Don't worry. They have so much sparkling water here. So much sealant. Okay, that's a door. I can't check this, can I? No. Alright. Power required. That's going to open up this to be able to go further in. Sure. Let me open this door. I'm so close to having max rank in security. Yeah, that wasn't bad. Almost done with all of that. I keep finding digipics every time I go through, too. Turn on the power. Emergency turret control. That would have been helpful. It's not helpful anymore. This just connects. Okay. Power's on. All right. Door. So at least now I know that there are robots down here. I'm not sure why. NASA had like killer robots, and unless they just had something big to hide. Bleak House. Can't use this computer. Oh, I want to use the computer so bad, but I can't. I guess it's for security. But like it on paper seems so wild, like, oh, I went to NASA and I got shot by a robot. It's also very funny to me that I'm hunting robots with this rifle, but like, that's where we're at. This gun good, most guns bad. One thing that I do need to do though, I may want to take a look at before I forget again, is like I've got some weapons that haven't been favorited anywhere. Like this one's not going to get favorited because this one sucks. But like when I sort by ammo type, yeah, like I've got some things that just aren't really getting used at all. Like there's this shotgun, like that's kind of neat. Like let's throw this shotgun in here. And maybe, okay, I got one other spot. Sure. 44, 42, but the fire rate 67. Yeah, let's throw this over there too. Okay, that gives me a few other weapons to play with. This one's also not bad. Huh, this is a fun looking shotgun. The NASA research computer. Security procedures. Check all badges before allowing access. Yes, even the generals. I don't care how angry they get. These are direct orders from the secretary. Absolutely no phones or recording devices. All written materials, clipboards, notebooks are to be checked on exit from the labs. Confiscate anything with confidential information on it. And here are the station logs. April 14th, 2138.
Project log. Dr. Victor Isa. We turned on the prototype today. The gravitational field around it began to fold as we long suspected. Complete reversal of gravitational pull was observed on dozens of loose objects around the lab. I'm setting up a meeting with the directors to propose a larger test. The prototype proves we don't need the original anymore, but further work is going to have to take place in space, somewhere with abundant helium-3 and with a civilian partner. Someone with access to large-scale manufacturing resources and computational equipment. Engineering gravitational folds, pulling the far side of the solar system closer to us. It's all going to be possible.
December 8th, 2141.
Project log. Dr. Judith Tatien. I watched the gravjet tests from the moon today. It was the first time we were able to talk to the team at Nova Galactic directly. So many things were under wraps before, but now everyone wants all the publicity they can get. I'm already seeing proposals for manufacturing androids of drives, expeditions to Alpha Centauri and beyond. It's also overwhelming and worrying. It could take years. decades before we know what all these side effects of operating a grav drive can be. But no one wants to hear that right now. Like a bunch of pioneers racing towards the edges of the frontier without knowing about the grizzly bears in the mountains.
Okay, so they're able to get grav drives working, but they're worried because they feel like they haven't had enough time to test it.
If there's a way to access the deeper sections of the storage area, I'm certain we'll find it.
I like how there's multiple doors to do, like, the same thing. This could be interesting. That's a cuttable wall. Cool.
Well, that lock didn't last very long.
I think I'm getting better at this. It's taken a long time. Maybe too long, but I'm getting better at this. There's probably not anything even remotely cool in the safe. God, I bet you anything. I bet you anything. There's nothing good in here. Shotgun shells are nice. Explorer's calibrated old Earth shotgun? Okay, maybe it was worth getting into this thing. Hold on now. What? Hold on. Hold on now. What? Explorer's calibrated old Earth shotgun takes 12 gauge shells. It's the only weapon that we have that uses 12 gauge shells. And we've got 100 of them. I'm going to replace this then. We have so many shotguns. Like, I haven't even used this shotgun, and now we have this shotgun. This is neat. This is... I'm very excited about this. Let's not use the ammo to cut these pins, though. Oh. Oh. I did not expect to enter this room and start floating. Now everything is floating. Opening this up caused gravity to completely change. Neat. Huh. Okay, where was it that we were... that it... I made the marker wiggle. Where was the intended path then? Because I went this direction. There was a different way in here. There's a door down here. Let me squeak on over to the door. Is this where I just was? Where was I? This is a locked door. I have no idea where I went. I have no idea, like, where I was and where... Get in there. I do not need that helmet. Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna head towards the goal then. Although I can go to any floor now. This doesn't go up any higher. Wait, what? That was weird. Like, the things on that side of the room were floating until I landed, and then they stopped. Like, what? Alright, let me go down, because it's here. It's, like, real close to this. Let's open this door. I don't think I need to necessarily go in here. Oh, shoot. There's Victor.
Set aside anything useful and just leave the rest.
What happened to Victor? Got the NASA maintenance key. All right, let's check this out. Prototype drive. Please be careful whenever running power through the prototype. Secure all loose objects and have researchers empty pockets and remove jewelry, watches, etc. Reminder that the core of the drive contains a specimen that is irreplaceable, and all data is under the strictest clearance. Exercise all caution with all research materials and ensure information does not leave this lab. Okay. And we've got some station logs. 3 that are relatively close together, and then 1 from quite a bit further. February 12th, 2149.
I never actually got to visit your labs back when we were working on the grav drive projects.
Seems like ancient history now. Only thing we're doing these days is launching weather satellites.
Guess this is as good a retirement as any. Now, Project Demeter, you want our help manufacturing scanners to better track these new meteorological patterns we're seeing.
Our guess is that the poles might be naturally shifting, causing some gravitational fluctuations that are throwing off our old models.
Why do you need the scanning tolerances to be so small? What are you trying to find?
I just want to be sure. It's not like we're doing much these days anyway. The glory days are over. Why not give ourselves a challenge before they write us off in the history books?
From a few months later. To Judith, Tatienne, Victor, and Lon, as requested, the astrophysics research team has done a full analysis of the data you provided us. The measurements of the Earth's magnetosphere show clear signs of fluctuation, often in correlation to the periods of frequent and large gravity wave spikes emanating from the moon. These gravity waves seem to be affecting the magnetic shield provided by the Earth's inner core and may be affecting the core itself, given the proximity to the source. The data indicates the change rate is increasing exponentially. As our magnetosphere falters, its ability to protect us from the sun's solar wind falters. Beyond the devastating effects of solar radiation, this will lead to something more dire, the sputtering or stripping away of our atmosphere. This has happened before to Mars, a planet studied since the earliest days of space, to see into Earth's possible future. We are afraid this future may be closer than we ever thought imaginable. Some may view this data as normal. There have been historical fluctuations and polarity changes of Earth's core, but this is orders of magnitude greater. We see echoes of previous generations' debates over global warming, and we want the science here to be clear. Like waves in the ocean, these gravity waves rise and eventually crash into shore, the Earth, with devastating consequences.
I know what I'm seeing, Victor. The data coming back from these satellites is very clear. It's the grav drives.
All those jumps from the moon. At this rate, Earth's atmosphere is going to start sputtering out into space.
Can the drives be fixed?
I'm working on some designs that should discreetly solve the problem, under the guise of an emergency update to the fueling pumps.
We're talking about the end of Earth, and you're trying to be subtle about it.
Judith, the last thing we need is people losing faith in grav drive technology. That might be our only option.
To what? Are you seriously saying we should abandon Earth?
The timeline is under 50 years. A blink of an eye for a planet, but more than enough time for a human exodus.
And what do we tell people?
We say it's an act of God, one that science has found a solution for. Time for humanity to take its place in the stars.
You knew, didn't you? You lied to me. All this time, I dedicated my life to this discovery, Victor. And you knew we were going to kill off our planet?
You haven't seen the future I've seen. There's an infinite expanse of promise out there. A meteor could hit Earth, a plague, another world war. Colonizing other galaxies secures humanity's future for all coming generations, across all time.
At the expense of our home.
Stop it, both of you. All that matters is building enough ships to get everyone off this planet. And we need to start now.
I'll draft up a statement. We'll need to address the entire international community. I'm sorry, Judith.
There isn't a planet in this universe that will be far enough away from you, Victor. We are never speaking again after this is over.
Oh. And yeah, Victor's voice actor, I'm not sure, but yes, it sounds exactly like Nick Valentine to me. So yeah, I think it's the same voice actor. So the grav drives were what stripped the Earth of its atmosphere. Oh. So the grav drive technology was incredible and gave everyone the ability to travel into the stars, but at the cost of Earth.
My name is Dr. Victor Isa, and if you're listening to this, then you probably already know the truth. I was young when I first headed the retrieval team of an odd gravitational anomaly on Mars, but I kept what really happened that day hidden from everyone except one other person. Even she didn't believe me at first, but I have no reason to lie to anyone now, so I hope you'll accept this confession, whoever you are. When I touched the anomaly, I experienced 12 days of lost time. I met myself. He told me everything that has since come true. The grav drive equations, the tests on the moon, Earth's atmosphere sputtering away because of what we had done. But he also told me about a city thriving on a planet orbiting a distant star. Human culture, art, music, lifestyles evolving and shining brightly across all of space. What price would I be willing to pay for that future? Maybe you don't believe me. Maybe Judith was right and I'm just a coward who wants to believe his mistakes were justified. But everyone has forgotten about the real origins of the grav drive, this artifact from Mars. I hope you make better use of it than I did.
So grav drive technology.
Oh my God. The grav drives destroyed Earth.
Yes.
And at the core of the first drive, an artifact.
Yeah. So the artifacts were responsible for the grav drives being built in the first place. So in a roundabout way, the artifact destroyed Earth. I mean, it's not like a one-to-one thing, but like in a roundabout way of thinking, like, yeah, that's basically what happened. Sure, let's hit the button. I have released the artifact. More locked doors. Wait, how do I... Hold on, how do I get in there? Let me go back out the way I came. There must be a different way into this. Jesus.
You okay? That was a hell of a jump.
Yeah, I thought the anti-grav was still on. Didn't know that was gonna just about break my legs. Here's where I need to be. Okay. I just jumped down that elevator shaft because I was like, don't worry, gravity will catch me. It did not.
Constellation, you've arrived on the surface of Earth. We need to discuss what you found.
And it looks like other Starborn got here before us.
Oh, God.
You might have company.
Oh, Christ. I had a feeling it was going to be like this. The shotgun is going to work overtime. See you next time for more Steven Plays Starfield. They're here!